Senators Imee Marcos and Rodante Marcoleta have released a minority report on the alleged flood control scandal. Senate President Tito Sotto, however, brushed it aside, calling the report just a piece of paper unless taken up on the upper chamber's floor. Here's the full report.
Minority senators have released their report on the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's inquiry into the flood control scandal. The 576-page report is based on 6 hearings conducted by the committee, 3 held when Senator Rodante Marcoleta was still chair, and the remaining hearings after Senator Ping Lacson took over. The minority report identified former House Speaker Martin Romualdez along with former Department of Public Works and Highways officials Roberto Bernardo, Henry Alcantara, and Bryce Hernandez as the individuals most accountable for the alleged scheme. It also named several current and former senators accused of requesting or receiving kickbacks. Among those named were former Senator Bong Revilla and incumbent Senator Joel Villanueva. However, the report stressed that the alleged involvement of former Senator Nancy Binay, former Senate President Cheese Escudero, and Senator Jinggoy Estrada still requires more solid evidence. Estrada and Escudero are both members of the Senate Minority Bloc. The report further cited 17 congressmen mentioned by the so-called king and queen of contractors, Curly and Sara Diskaya. Ultimately, the minority concluded that all available evidence points to Romualdez, stating that he cannot be absolved of responsibility. But the question remains, are there higher officials involved? Here's what Marcoleta had to say.
Merong question mark nga sa makikita nyo rito. Yung arrows kasi, base sa nagtuturo sa kanya at mababasa nyo nun sa kanilang mga testimonies, individual. Talagang, for example, Gutesa, tinuro si Saldico and Martin Romualdez. Si Diskaya, nabanggit din ang pangalan ni Martin Romualdez. At yung mga iba, si Alcantara, si Bryce Hernandez, pinagtuturo kung sino-sino at papunta lahat sa direksyon ni Martin Romualdez.
Meantime, Senator Imee Marcos was absent from Monday's Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. Despite her absence, Marcos issued strong remarks on what she believes was or was not revealed during the inquiry. Senator Marcoleta, who attended the hearing, criticized it as lacking substance, saying it focused primarily on former DPWH Secretary Manny Bonoan's mismatched grade coordinates.
Wala rin na bunyag. Ayaw ko sanang magsalita ng makakasakit o makaka-offend sa aking mga kasamahan. Pero yun naman ang nakikita ng mga Pilipino. Nakikita naman natin na parang wala namang pagtutuunan nito. Laging bitin laging may kulang.
Inumpisahan na naman sa MYPS. So, anong mapaprofit natin doon? Wala. The coordinates are wrong. The discrepancies, sa kanila nga, mga 2 kilometers lang ang discrepancy. Doon sa ginawa namin, was able to find out a variance or discrepancy between 65 or 67 kilometers to 400 kilometers. It is a little bit disappointing on my part kasi I was expecting more. Lalong-lalo na nandoon si Yusek Bernardo, the former Yusek Bernardo, at nandoon din si Yusek Trigib.
Senate President Tito Sotto dismissed the minority report as merely a piece of paper unless taken up on the upper chamber's floor. Sotto emphasized that it is official report of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee that carries weight for investigation and prosecution once adopted in plenary. He also responded to the criticisms raised by Senator Marcos and Marcoleta.
Kulang na oras kaya nga sa susunod, umattend sila sa susunod para yung mga kulang, mapunoan nila.